Go.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Max.
And I'm Pep. Welcome to tonight's episode. Tonight we're going to be talking about three things. We're going to be talking about finances, we're going to be talking about practical health, and also about attitude and inspiration. You know, we know that you're all about quality of life, and that's really what all those areas affect. Where was it going? Oh, so we know that you want to look, feel, and perform better, and also have a great quality of life. Let's start with the first topic, guys. The first topic tonight is finances. Listen, a lot of people don't like to talk about finances, and we all know that, you know, people say, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. Money isn't everything, but the reality is that we all want to find out for ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Let's find out for ourselves about that. So there are some keys to financial success I want to kind of mention a little bit. We're not going to wear you out with this, but we kind of want to highlight because it really, really is important for your quality of life. The keys to financial success are budgeting, savings, and investing. Here's what a lot of people do, and you know this because you have plastic in your pocket or in your wallet. A lot of people use debt to cover the difference from what they're earning and what the lifestyle they want to live, kind of, if that makes sense. They're covering the difference with debt. So in fact, right now, student loan, just as a matter of fact, student loan debt just passed credit card debt for the first time in history. So the key there is don't spend more than you earn. I know it's simple and it's common sense, but really, if you can't afford it, don't buy it. You know, another thing is late fees that wear you out. Just practical. We're trying to be practical with our tips. Don't fall into a situation where you're paying late fees. Just pay on time. You know, make a phone call. Try to do something to avoid having those late fees. Another thing that people don't talk about as far as financial success is some of you may be driving the wrong car, the wrong truck, the wrong vehicle. If you're getting 15 miles a gallon and you're traveling more than 20 miles a day, you're killing yourself. Not only are you wearing yourself out with gas, because you don't know what gas prices are going to do, but insurance and maintenance on a vehicle that's probably more than you need. I mean, if you, like, we're in Florida, you can tell it's a little bit chilly. What is it, like 55?
We're freezing.
Woo!
Freezing cold.
The studio is nice, but we just came in from out. It's like cold. It's breezy out there, you know. But what was I going with
The
that?
people north are cracking up, but all right.
So I'm saying, so if you're driving a 4-wheel drive truck in Daytona Beach, I mean, really? So you're getting 10 miles per gallon for what reason? Now, if you're pulling a boat, that's, you know, I understand. But if you're just going back and forth to work, just driving around with a car that's not getting 25, 30 miles per gallon, that's the wrong vehicle. It's costing you money. It's eating into your lifestyle. Here's another thing that I found interesting. I just saw this last week. Somewhere between 40 and 45% of Americans, we're talking about working Americans, cannot come up with $400 in case of an emergency repair. So you get a flat tire or 2 flat tires, they don't have the cash available. That's a stunning stat right there as far as finances are concerned, guys. So the reality is that if you get sick, if you get a serious prolonged illness, what happens at that point? If you don't have $400 for an emergency repair, I mean, what happens if you actually get sick? Another thing is over 25%, and don't know the exact number, but it's over 25%. 1 out of 4 Americans have zero emergency savings, as in none. So they can't. So there's no wonder that they're using plastic to overcome for what they have to, the lifestyle that they need to have, which is, you know, maintenance, repairs, and going out to eat and things like that. And a stunningly high, almost 50%, 1 out of 2 people have a retirement savings of under $100,000. So you figure the average income is about 50 or so a year. So you can live for 2 years basically on your retirement savings. That isn't going to work. I mean, that's so without emergency savings, without retirement savings, what really happens is your quality of life and life itself can be pretty fragile. I mean, because realistically, accidents happen, people get sick. So that's budgeting, really. That's what we were just talking about. Savings are important, if not absolutely vital for retirement and for quality of life as you get older. Because we all know that Social Security won't cut it, and it may not even be there, quite frankly. By the time you guys in your 40s and early 50s get there, it may not be there. So budgeting, savings, and investing, the biggest investment you can make is in yourself. I mean, if you're not daily watching a video, reading 10, 15 minutes in a book that's helping you improve, get better, you're costing yourself money. The reality, The other thing you can do is invest in something that's going to create income with or without you, leveraged income. You know, we have that in the vehicle that we are utilizing now with the gel, but you need to have, whether it be with us or not, you need to have a vehicle where when you can go to bed at night and wake up in the morning and have more income than you did the night before, and you didn't do anything to earn it, if that makes sense. Residual passive income. You got to have a vehicle that does that, because that gives you a cushion that helps you build up your emergency fund, that helps you build up your retirement fund, if that makes sense. You want to add anything there?
Yeah, I mean, trying to recover here from really
freezing winter in
freezing
Florida.
winter and cold. But I will mention this now. This product, Immune, is amazing. I mean, I would have had a 3-week full-blown flu if it weren't for this stuff. I double up on it when it comes up on you, you know, but I feel fantastic. Just my voice is starting to come back. But you're mentioning about now, interesting, about 3 years ago, the biggest fear in America used to be public speaking. People were terrified to do what we're doing right now, where it's not really public, we're talking to a phone, right? But we can talk in front of the public, we don't care. That was the biggest fear in America. Folks, the biggest fear in America today is retiring and not having enough money for the rest of your life. So if you retire at 65 or even 70 and you live to 85 to 90, you're talking about 15, 20 years of income. Where's that money going to come from? If you have a pension that basically pays you, what, $200 a month or something? I mean, good luck. Good luck. It's not going to cut it. It's not going to be enough.
And that's why so many, no, that's true. And that's why so many, you see, especially in Florida, you come down here, you see so many elderly people working. They're still on the job, you know, at different fast food places or different stores or so forth. It's sad, but that's the reality. It's not because they didn't work hard their whole life. We're not saying anything about that. It's not about working hard. It's about working smarter, seeing an opportunity, seeing a trend, and getting in front of it. Simple as that. Mm-hmm. And again, we don't want to wear you out with that, but if you're getting close to retirement, you need to be thinking about things like this. How can I make more money? Because that's what it boils down to. You know, the reality is if you had more income, you could do more things. You can pay off your debt. You can take nicer vacations. You can send your kids to nicer college. You can drive nicer, you know, all that. That's just simple.
And here's a little pet peeve that really kind of irks me sometimes. It kills me that people get so excited about a job, and we don't put down jobs, you know, that's fine. If you love your job, that's great. People get so excited about their job, you know, oh, and, you know, and you see them being fake and being all excited. Oh, it's wonderful, the CEO's coming down. What about you? I mean, really? You're all excited about this job that pays you 8, 10, 12, 15 bucks an hour, whatever they're paying you, and you're excited about that? Why can't you get excited about you and your own future, your own abilities, what you can accomplish? Folks, really, let's stop limiting ourselves to this little tiny circle. You can walk and chew gum at the same time. There are different things you can do in life. And we don't mean that as an insult. We mean because we understand the mind needs to be expanded, okay? And that's one of my favorite sayings, that the mind is like a parachute. It has to open. You have to look and think of the things you can do, because you can do much more than what you think you can do. Anyway,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff right there. So that's some keys to financial, simple, practical success. The other thing is we want to give you a little bit of hope as far as your practical health. Turns out you're probably in better shape health-wise than you think you are. We're not talking about being all ripped, running 5Ks, 10Ks, and you know, going to the bodybuilding shows. We're not talking about it. We're talking about practical, everyday stuff. So what I'm saying to you is, forget the scale, forget the mirror. Now, I'm not giving you permission to go eat the whole apple pie tonight, okay? I'm just saying forget it, because it doesn't really matter. It's about really more about how you feel. It's about practical indicators to your health. Like, for example, I'm a grandpa, right? So grandpa and grandma, can you hang out with the grandkids for 5 or 6 hours and not be whipped, like, basically? So if you're a dad or a mom, can you do your parental stuff day in, day out? I mean, you're gonna be tired. Don't get me wrong. We had 3 growing up, but we know you're gonna be tired, but you're not gonna be so incapacitated physically. You know what I mean? So can you do the grandpa, grandma, mom, dad thing without being worn out? Your heart rate, your blood pressure are in a good range. You're in pretty good shape. Your heart. Heck, if you know the reason 100% of people die when their heart stops beating.
Hey,
that's write that one down. Okay.
Yeah, remember that.
So if you can go for a walk, you can go for a hike with your friends, with your family, with no problem. You're in pretty good shape. You're not in bad shape. None of us are in the ideal shape we want to be in. But you're not in bad shape if you can do these things. If you exercise consistently 2, 3, 4 times or more a week, if you get the blood flowing for 15 minutes or more, 2, 3, 4 times a week, you're in pretty good shape. If you vary your exercise, if you do yoga, if you do weightlifting, if you do jogging, walking, if you're able to vary your workouts, maybe you do a spin class once in a while, whatever. Maybe go play some softball, play some golf, do some gardening. If you're able to do all that, you're in pretty good shape. If you go on a trip, for example, or you just going around your everyday stuff, if stairs don't scare you, you're in pretty good shape, okay? If you don't have to take the elevator all the time, you take the stairs, guess what? You're in pretty good shape. If you feel rested when you wake up, that's so important.
That's a beautiful thing.
Feeling rested when you wake up, it's so important to be able to get your rest when you're sleeping.
And good night's sleep. Since we're on this topic, real quick, some of the latest studies show that we have a little too much light in our modern world. So if you're in front of a computer and you got that blue light going, or if you have a bright light next to you and you're reading by the bed and it's bright and then you turn the light off and go right to bed, what's happening is the brain needs time to create melatonin so you can get sleepy. So you're going from light to dark, and you're wondering why you're only sleeping 3 hours a night, 4 hours a night. So wind down, maybe try to lower the light in the room, get your mind ready for that sleep, because that gets the melatonin in your brain produced that makes you sleepy, so it's healthy. So
awesome.
So that's some of the latest research. Very important to know, guys.
Awesome.
6 to 7 hours is
there you go.
Needed, so.
Excellent. 6+ hours, 6 to 7, 6 to 8 hours a night. Mentally, if you're in pretty good shape mentally, you still feel sharp. You're in pretty good shape. I mean, really, you can do whatever you want if you're mentally sharp. So those are some things. We talked about finances, talked about some practical health things, or examples of health activities, I guess, indicators that show that you're actually in better shape than you think you are. Yep. And the last thing I want to talk about is really attitude, motivation, inspiration, because that's kind of what we, drmaxandpep.com, what we hit on all these issues. Finances not as much as we really should sometimes, but we definitely health. We have the incredible flagship product that'll help you with your health. And then the other thing that we kind of want to help you with, because we're growing every day as well, is with your attitude, inspiration, and motivation. Go ahead, Max.
So with regard to attitude, this will be our wrap up here to the end. A little Lou Rawls voice here. You'll never find another love like mine. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I know. Okay, yeah, my voice really deep. But anyway, with regard to attitude, folks, it may sound corny, but making a lemonade out of lemons. Okay, there's an old saying that says, if you're not going through a problem now, just look around the corner because it's waiting for you. Okay, and it's out there. So the intelligent person is already prepared before the problem begins. So the intelligent person, the wise person, the big thinker, the positive attitude person is saying, hey, whatever comes.
That's huge. And listen, today I saw several posts, and I posted myself about 2019. Guys, it's the end of November. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business owner, and you haven't got a goal or dream or something set for 2019, a budget, you're really not, you're playing. You're not serious. Right. So it can be health goal, financial goal, relationship goal, spiritual goal, whatever. You need to be at least thinking about it. But if you're a business owner, it better be written down. It better be written down, because that means you're serious about it, and it lets your unlimited potential brain start working on it.
Yeah, that's powerful. The subconscious mind will convince the conscious mind to get it done. We got to get it done, right? So 2019 is going to be awesome. Anything else?
No.
You're good? I just want to make sure you don't want to inject something in. So this is interesting. Listen to this. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 4 says this. A farmer too lazy to plant in the spring has nothing to harvest in the fall. That's huge, folks. We have to work now for what? To be able to reap in those benefits, next year, the year after, years and years later. Some of us who are in your 70s and 80s, obviously when you're in your 70s, you may only feel like you have a few years. You can have longer if you do some smart things. But you want to try to get as much done now so you can enjoy and live an incredible rest of your life.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Great job. Fantastic.
All right, brother.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next Thursday at 7.
Yep.
Take care. Have a good one.
Great stuff.